Hello and welcome to Little Workroom Crafts. My name is Davina and I live in the southeast coast of the UK. Today is Monday the 14th of June 2021 and this is episode number 66. And everywhere you can find me I put down in the description box, and also anything that I mention I also put in the description box as well. Okay, it's hot. That's all I'm going to say. It's hot. I'd like to say a big hello to everybody that is new to the channel, and also a lovely hello to everybody that keeps coming back and seeing my videos. Right, the clips that you saw at the beginning is actually our little front garden. We've got a very tiny, because as I've said before, we're on a main road and we've got a little tiny wall, really little wall front garden, and it's in the shade. It's just always in the shade. So we you know, we try and make it look a little bit cottagey, which this year it's coming along lovely. And those poppies have been there for years, but this year they have just boomed. They really have. It's lovely. And last week, because Glenn planted it yesterday, we managed to find a hydrangea. So because I've had my eye on one of those for a long time. I love the colours, absolutely love the colours. So that's in the corner. The two foxgloves, they just appear. We just you know, like we've had a couple of them in the back garden, they just appear. So it's obviously the birds doing their little bit for nature. But right at the end of the video, today's episode I should say, I managed to get this morning, while I was videoing the front garden and taking pictures, of a bee actually going into the poppy head, and it tucked itself right underneath the inside, and then catching all the pollen and everything in there, and then it came out, and then I think it went back in again. So I'm going to put that video right at the end, and I'm not going to put music on that piece because you can actually hear the little bee buzzing away. It is fascinating. So, and then obviously the pictures after will have the normal music and so on. I've got to tell you this. As you know, I've just talked about a bee. Well, the other day I was sat in the living room, and Glenn had gone to work, and I could hear a boo. So anyway, I went and tried to find this buzz, and it was a beautiful bee. I love bees, and I'll tell you a bit of a thing in a minute, but I just think they're beautiful little things, and the work they do is amazing. And so I managed to get my glass and a piece of copy paper underneath, and I stood there like that, and I thought, oh my gosh, what have you done? I'm allergic to bees. I have an EpiPen in case I get stung. And I thought, you better quickly get this out the front door. And so then I was walking like this through the hallway into the front door, and then obviously trying to get the catch on the front door like this, and it flew out, didn't it? And luckily it landed, actually I'd got the door open while it flew, and it landed on the door, and then I just pushed it out. And I thought, you're a bit of a dim one, and you're standing there like that when you're allergic to bees. So I did it again this morning when I was videoing, but I just think they're lovely. So oh dear, I hope everybody is having a lovely time in this heat over here in the UK. I obviously ain't, as you know. I'm an autumn winter person. That's all I can say. I ain't gonna say roll on autumn, because then there's people that do like the sun, where, you know, I just can't bear it. Right then, okay, now today I have some really exciting news, but I'll tell you that later. I don't have any finishes, I know, but it's just been too hot. So anyway, I've got no finishes. I have got progress on two things that I've actually knitting, which is, one is my cardi, and I've casted on the other toe up for the test knit that I'm doing. I'm going to show you the little bit of cross stitch that I've done. I haven't done a lot, and I'll explain everything about that in a bit. I do have some naughties, so I'll show you those. And I also have the 11 questions that I was tagged by my lovely friend Colleen. And yes, thank you, Colleen. So I'm going to answer my 11 fibre questions. I am also going to, right at the end, there's a couple of bags and bag sets that I've put in the in my Etsy shop, and I know that a lot of you like to, I know that you see pictures everywhere that I'm available on the internet, but a lot of you do like to see them on a video because you've got a better idea. So yes, so I'm going to have a little shop. They're already in there, they're already in the shop, but there's going to be, I'm just going to show you what they are, just so you don't have, you know, not seeing them actually in a picture. And I think that is going to be it for today. So it could be a quick one, but we'll see how it goes. Right then, first of all, the exciting news. Well, it's exciting for me, and it's been a big secret. Well, in fact, it's been a secret for years, but now I'm finally brave enough to do something about it. Now, a few years ago, when I was teaching crochet as well as patchwork and quilting, I was actually designing my own crochet patterns. Well, there's a Pacific crochet pattern that I have loved, as I say, for years. So it's already been tested. It's already, you know, done its thing, because that all happened like a few years ago. And I managed to find in my files, in my cupboard there, I managed to find in the file the actual original piece. So last weekend just gone, because I haven't got a computer thing, so I got a micro something, I don't know, on what was on my phone, and I sat and typed it all out. It took me a couple of good evenings, typed it all out, and there's pictures and everything. But what I'm saying is next month, I'm not going to do it this month, and you'll understand why nearer the time. But next month, I've got to pick a date. I am actually going to be launching my very first crochet pattern. Well, my very first pattern in my Etsy shop. I won't be putting it on Ravelry right away, because I know that there is a bit of an issue. But eventually it will go on Ravelry, I will say. But I am actually going to be in July putting it in my Etsy shop. So I am so excited. I've worked it all out, and I've got it into a PDF file. Clever me. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And then I printed off, so I've actually got you know, the now an updated sheets and everything. So I've got that. So that will go now into the file. And yes, I'm so excited. So fingers crossed, it will be the first of many to come. As I say, I just love designing as well. So, but this is, yeah, I ain't saying no more, but yeah, in July. But just before it comes live in the Etsy shop, obviously on here, I will be showing you the finished piece and everything, and saying obviously it's launched. So, yeah, so if anybody is interested, just keep you know, keep an eye out, because it will be happening soon. Really, July. I'm excited but nervous. So very nervous. Okay then, right, so that is the really exciting news. Okay then, so let's get into the knitting. As I said, I have got no finished projects this week. Now I'm going to show you the very first one. As you know, I've got to keep that there because that's where I am. I'm a test knitter for the lovely Amanda, who is Shutter Monkey. Actually on YouTube, I've written it down. She is crafting with Shutter Monkey, and she's got a lovely YouTube channel. She's an all over crafter like I am, so you know, she dabbles in everything. And as you know, I test knitted the Scoosh socks cuff down, which is now available in Love Crafts and Ravelry, which is her free pattern, and this one is her toe up. Now this one is new to me. I'm going to say that it's actually new to me, is the toe up but with a heel flap and gusset. So there you go. It's very, very clever the way she has done it. So it's very gentle because I've just got to turning the turning the heel, but that's what I have actually done. So there, obviously there's the foot, there's the gusset there, and now I am actually turning, starting to turn the heel, and then I'll do the heel flap and so on. The yarn I am using is out of Stash. This is Woolcraft super wash sock yarn, all in the purples. I love purples. And then this one is an opal. The colour of this one, it looks like it's colour 5186. I'm assuming, if it's the same as where it's laid out on a, yeah, it should be that side, I reckon, 5186. And as you can see, it is the opal, and the colour of this one is 986 for that company. I will just get up a minute. There we go. And show you the first sock that I did when I first got the pattern. As I say, and I do really enjoy this pattern. It is lovely. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way it's turned out so far. So I'll be having that finished by next week, because you'll see in a minute why I'm finger crossing, because I could be doing something else. But yeah, now I'll get it finished. I'm lucky. I'm so pleased. Oh, let's pop it in there. That I got that shawl finished, because at the moment I wouldn't have been knitting on that at all. So okay then, right, so I keep where I am. Let's put that behind me there. Okay, now before I show you my cardigan, because we're on socks at the moment, people that follow me on Instagram and Facebook already know this, but the big size 11s were gifted in the week, and yes, they were for my lovely brother. Hello, Diddy. And Glenn took them down to work, because they both work together. They've worked together for years. And he and I said to Glenn, I said, you're gonna have to get a photograph for me, because I've got to show people. So there's a photograph of him when he's unwrapped them, because I wrapped them up in tissue and everything for him. And he and also he sent us one on his feet. So I'm going to pop that either here or here, depending, because you know what I'm like. So I'm going to pop that here, so you can actually see the photograph of that. And he was so pleased with them. And I just, okay then, right, so yes, I did say to him that they're going to be, you know, the first of many, because he's put them on his feet, and he said they were lovely. And, you know, handmade socks, you can't beat them, can you really? So yes, I'll have to do my pair for Christmas now. So there's another pair on my list for Christmas. Okay then, right, so let's get on to this cardigan. So this is called, which I keep forgetting the name of it, the oh, and I've left all the other bits downstairs. Witmore. Yeah, that's it. The Witmore. Yeah. The Witmore cardigan. And as you know, I got my yarn from Home Bargain for 99p a ball. Oh, this is still the first ball, I will say. So fingers crossed I have enough. I did take all my bling off the stitch markers, because they were just in the way everywhere. So I've bought little rubber rings, and they're working fine. I'm really happy with that. I've got to pick up because she does her band included, which fair enough, you know, we've probably all made them like that. I know I have in the past, but normally you use the same size needles, but no, she has actually gone down needles, so it's like a rib as if you were picking it up. So this is it so far, and as I said, I am loving it, absolutely loving it. I will say that her pattern is very well written, you know, row by row, which is absolutely brilliant. And there is chart as well, but you know, I do charts in crochet but not in knitting because I go the wrong way. But yeah, absolutely lovely. But this is literally, let's get the beginning of the row, not the end of the row. So this is it, literally you have your DPNs and then you have your other DPN, which is like you would with your sock. Oh, damn, it's falling. I'm going to have to put what's names on the end of these. And so you knit across there and then put your DPN down and then pick up this bit, you know, your size 4, so yeah, size 4, yeah, which was recommended. And then, so bear in mind that's already been knitted, and then you get that and then you just knit it and then get to the end here, pick up your DPN and then just do it that way. And that is literally how it's worked with the DPNs on the end. It is clever the way it's done, but I'm just loving this pattern. I really am. So yeah, I think I've nearly finished instructions written for chart A. Yes, I have. And then I've got to, because of my size, I go on to another chart, which is E, for a little bit. And then I split for the sleeves. Yes, then I split for the sleeves. But even when she's writing, I can't really show you because it's a paid for pattern. But even in the writing, you've got in big, you know, big bold words here, you know, buttonhole row, so you know where you've got to put your buttonholes and everything. You know, it says, she tells you literally. Oh, I can't show you a picture because I've got it all left all downstairs in the bag. It's Amy Louden. So which is Taylor S Studios for her yarn. So yes, Amy Louden pattern, and it's the Whitmore cardigan. If I did do the jumper, I would say that I would do it the same as what my friend Jeanette from Crafty Clegg Creations podcast and Etsy shop is. She did hers short sleeved and it was absolutely beautiful. So I probably would make one, but that would be a short sleeved one. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. So now that is going to take us, shall I do it this way? Yeah, I'll do it this way. So that's going to take us to part of the naughties. Now I'm not going to show you all the naughties yet, but part of the naughties, because on Tuesday, yeah, it was Tuesday, the day after I recorded last week, I thought, you know, that is knitting up so nice in that wool, and it's so soft, it's not splitting in any way, it is just beautiful yarn. So I was naughty and I went and got 5 of the camel, just blowing out a little bit, not a lot, and I got 5 of a pale blue. If anything, the actual top, like Jeanette's, would look nice in the blue, to be honest, I'm thinking. So yes, I got 5 of each of those because it is just lovely yarn. It really is lovely yarn. You know, I couldn't leave it there. I couldn't at all. So okay then, now as you all know, there is the cross stitch along, which is a sew along, I think they call them, don't they, for the flea market flowers, which is a new pattern from Laurie Holt. I'm way behind. I ain't actually following the sale now because I'm just so far behind. But that is the pattern. I had days and days of days. I don't know why it took me so long this time. I really don't. I'm trying to get my head round the size of the hoop I needed for the cloth. And I just don't know what was going on in my mind. I really don't. So all I've got is that, which is that bit, and that's going up because I've always started in the center. So what I've done is I've started here, yeah, here, and I'm going up to there, and then I'll fill all this bit in with the edging, which I've been doing carry on, and then I'll start here with the flowers. Hang on, no, sorry, I'm on the wrong side. That's right, I've gone here, that's right, and then that bit is the first bit. Here, yeah, that's it. Oh no, I haven't. I have gone. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I'm there somewhere at the top, and I'll be doing this bit, filling this bit in once this top bit is done. So I tried a 12-inch hoop. I went back down to a 10-inch hoop. Then I went to the 12-inch again, and then I actually got my Q-snap out, which I've had this Q-snap I brought when I was in Canada, and I've never really used it properly because I find them too heavy. And anyway, I even tried that, and I weren't happy with the way the cloth was laying inside the grime guard. So yesterday I came up and made a bigger grime guard. As you can see, it's a lot wider, so everything tucks in nicely. You can't see any of the excess of the 25 count Lugana. I think what it was then. And I got my overlocker out, overlocked around all the edges, because I was just ruining it, basically. Just keep pulling it in and out and in and out of things. And I put it back into the 12-inch hoop after I made the grime guard. And I thought, I'm still not happy with this. So I Googled 14-inch embroidery, wooden embroidery hoop. And I think it seems to be that they go to 12, and then they kind of stop for some reason. I don't know why. But it came up with a 14-inch quilting hoop, which there is a difference. A quilting hoop, as you see, is deeper for hand quilting. It's a lot deeper than a embroidery hoop, and you have different fastening. Some of them are like with plastic. Some of them you get, I've got a real big one down there, which has got 2 blocks of wood with this through, which, to be honest with you, because you've got a butterfly there, it's easier to do up. And I thought, well, I've got 3 of those, they're sitting down there. So I got the smallest one out, and that was a 10-inch. It was no different, so I didn't gain anything. But this one is the 14-inch, and it is fitted in there lovely. So I haven't actually sewn on it since I've done all this, but as I say, it's taken me a while to get there where I'm happy. But I'm hoping later on, either today or tomorrow, I will get my stand out, pop this on the stand, and then I'm going to hopefully get more to show you apart from that. So, because that is all I've done at the moment for it. But yeah, I really want to get into this. As you know, let's hide that under there. That's I always have a working copy. I've got my project bag that I made, and I also made the notions pouch. I do love these little notions pouches. I've got to make more of those. They're so handy. And now I've actually got a pattern now that I know how to make the larger grime guard. So, because yeah, you know, obviously when you've got a more cloth to tuck in, you need it wider and bigger, don't you? Yes, I know that now. So, right, where are we? What have we got left to do now? Let's have a look. Right, okay then. Right, let's quickly go on, because I'm already at 25 minutes. Wow. Right then, now what we're going to say is the 11 questions that I was tagged in by my lovely friend Colleen. And I've done it again, haven't I? I'm going to have to write it on the screen. Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to write her podcast on the screen. Pop over and have a look. She's really good fun. And she's a quilter as well as a knitter and so on. Right then, so let's have a look. These are fibre related, and there's 11 questions. Right, most of them are just going to be really one word answer, which is quite good. My favourite colour yarn. As I've just said, my favourite colour is purple. I love purple. So, you know, anything with purple in it, really. My favourite weight of yarn is 4-ply fingering, I will say. You see with my Whitmore, I have gone into a DK, but I don't normally go anything higher than that. Not at all. Even with the crocheting, I will crochet right down into the cottons, because I just love it. Anything thinner, the better for me. Style of yarn. Right, I'm assuming, well, anything, the variegated. I like the variegated yarn. Yeah, I'd go, you know, like with flex on and a pattern in it, you know, kind of thing. So yeah, favourite fibre. When it comes to fibre, it's the spinning. Actually, yeah, got my spindle out this year. It's just been too hot out in the garden. But well, I know the ones that I have got. Obviously, I've got Oreo, her fleece, absolutely gorgeous, from Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit Yarns. Claire sent me that a couple of years ago. And the other ones I think are BFLs, Blue Face Leicester. Yeah. Favourite brand? When it comes to commercial, I do like my West Yorkshire Spinners. There you go. Favourite brand, can't get here. I would like to try I'm going to go with Volavine, because I have actually got I was gifted a skein of Volavine, and it's in my shawl, and I did like using that, and that obviously isn't available over here. And I always would love, I know one of my friends was lucky enough to get a skein, is Cosy Knits. Oh, I would love to knit a pair of socks, because it's all self-striping in that in Cosy Knits, and we can't get that over here. Favourite yarn store? It's hard these days because not a lot of them are open, are they? Sconch in Braintree, I'd say. She has a good variety. Favourite online store has got to be Wool Warehouse, and I'm going to have two, if I can remember the name of it. I only looked at them yesterday. No, I'll stick with Warehouse. Do you keep scrap yarn? Yeah, I do. As you know, I make cardigans and sweaters out of all my scraps. Favourite thing to knit with? Needles. When it comes to socks, DPNs, and I must admit, I haven't used straight knitting needles since I've started knitting everything with circulars. I will say that. If you could only knit one thing for the rest of your life, right, what would it be? Well, I'd say socks, to be honest, because it's an all year round, isn't it? So you can get your knitting out all year round. Ain't as if you're struggling with a heavy thing and a not so. So yeah. And what would you use? Well, I would use what I normally use for socks. I'd use whatever I got in stash, because that is my aim. Everything in stash, obviously apart from my 99p ones, but that is allowed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, that's the 11. So there you go. So that's fibre questions. Now I think I'm supposed to tag somebody. Now, this tag is also going to be my shout out for this week. Now, this is a lovely lady that lives over on the pond, as I say, and she's actually called Little Monkeys and Me, and her podcast is absolutely brilliant. Her knitting is amazing, I will say. And I know that she sits with her daughter, so hi, and watches together. So yeah, I'm going to tag you. So it's Little Monkeys and Me. I'm going to put you on the screen. So now the question's going to hop back over the over to the pond, and yeah. So if you can't you know, if you've got a problem with writing them down, not a problem, but you know, if I went too quick or whatever with the questions, just contact me and I will email the questions over. So I'm hoping I did write them down from when Colleen was saying them, so hopefully I got it right. But yeah, so I'm going to tag you. Okay then, right. Naughties. Glenn is in the bedroom. But it's all right. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, I found a new company to me called Marina, which is in Wales, and they've started doing Cozy Toes, which is a sock yarn for £4.95 a ball. You can't go wrong. And I got 2 balls, didn't I? And I did say that the one colour that they actually did have, which I would have loved, was called Butterfly. Well, I checked them last week, and guess what they had back in stock? the butterfly. So I thought I would show you it. I just think that, as you can see, it's purple again. Oh, and on the picture it just looks so nice. It really does. And this is shade 2430. So they do have the butterfly if anybody is waiting on it in stock, and it is called their Cozy Toes, and it is the Marina. And I must admit, I am impressed. This feels so soft again. It really does. As soon as I finish that test knit, I'm going to be casting on a pair with one of these yarns, because as I say, I got 3. I got the Parrot one called Parrot, and the other one was called Sea something. I can't remember quite, but anyway, I'll pick one of them. And also I want to cast on my rib, not rib, what's it called, cable socks done by Curious Handmade. That was it. They were in the knit event 2020, which was gifted by my lovely friend Teresa. Huh? So yeah, but I am so happy with this. So that will be the 2 pairs that will be cast on as soon as these test knits are done. And this came this morning, and he happened to be taking the day off because he worked extra last week, so normally he would be at work. Anyway, I've seen this book so many times on podcasts, and you know when you think, no, I don't need it, no, I really don't need it, but then it's here and it eats, doesn't it, at you. And I keep thinking this would be the right perfect time of year to sit and do some of these. So when it comes to books these days, as you know, I like to either buy my books in charity shops, because then I rotate back, and I don't like buying new books if I can help it. Now there is this company which I've been using for a long time, called World of Books. Now they do sell new books, but they also sell secondhand, and they'll have on it, you know, like new, but the prices are really good. And last week, as I say, it arrived today, they had the Pica 2, and I've had a flick through this morning. Oh my gosh. And I've managed to mark the page for you. These are the little critters that are in it. I just think, look, you can see them. Where is she? There's a sheep. So you can guess what's probably going to be cast on. Probably the first one, but they've all got little names. And I will say, what I've looked through this morning, like this piece here, which you've got, you know, the two colours, you know, they've done the pictures really clear, and they've done it for individual patterns, as well as you know, the bump that they say at the beginning. Very well written. But I will say, this morning I went back onto World Books. Guess what? They had the first one yet again. One had come in, and I'd got it for so much cheaper. And also, what I will say, I'm going to talk loud now. Also, what I can say is that the World of Books you can't obviously pick if you wanted to pay for postage, but it also is postage free. I think it's UK only, I don't know. Anyway, it's postage free here. But I remember a couple of weeks ago, because I kept seeing this book, and I thought, who do I know here in the UK or anywhere that actually likes her amigurumi? And obviously it's Jeanette from Crafty Clegs. So I'm private message just saying, which one's best out of the 2? And she said, well, she's got both. She hasn't made anything out the second one yet, I think it was, but she had the first. But if she had a choice, it would be both. And I went, okay, that really helped. So anyway, and I kept looking on, as I say, on World of Books. This one came up, and the first one come up today. So I've got a second-hand first one coming, and fingers crossed that will arrive in the morning when he's at work the rest of the week. And but Jeanette, I'm going to be using the excuse that we were talking about. That's all I'm going to say that. But I'm so looking forward to getting one of these started. So I'm going to be, because I've got tons and tons and tons of, I've got a bag of cotton yarn there, which these are done in cotton, but I've also got so much of Stylecraft Special, and my Mr. Pumpkin head there from Toft was actually done in a DK normal wool, saying this is obviously is an acrylic, isn't it, you know, the Stylecraft Special. So that's what I'm going to do. But as I say, this was a lot cheaper than it should have been. And why they've done it as nearly new, which you can say as new, is you've got a little nick just on that corner, but you know what I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. Even the spine hasn't even been you know, marked in any way, so it doesn't really, I reckon that was probably a gift, and somebody obviously didn't like it. So I can't wait to get started. I'm thinking the sheep, but I also like him. But yes, but that's my naughties, and I'll have the other one next week. So okay then, where are we now? I think that is everything. So I will say thank you ever so much for watching. For people who's not interested in the shop update, I'd like to say a big goodbye, and I'll be back again next Monday. And please take care and stay safe, and happy crafting. So right, okay, so the ones that are going to stay with me right till the end, it's only a couple of little bits. As I say, they're all in the shop as we speak. And oh, I've put them all inside. This one, I'll show this one first, is canvas weight fabric. It is still a cotton, and it's vintage style sewing. And then you've got the needle cord on the back. Obviously you've got the pocket in the inside, and then inside there you have your notions pouch. There we go, notions pouch. And then also you have 2 DPN cozies, and then on the back you have the needle cord, and on the inside is the same lining, which is a cotton fabric. It's the same as the notions pouch, so they're all inside. There's plenty of room. I have actually bought them in the shop as the small, because this is the small. Normally obviously I'd have a small, a medium and a large, and this is actually the small size. So, you know, it's still quite a hefty size. And then this one, these are the ones I've got made so far. As you can see underneath the picker pal there, I've got a load more cut out. And in this one is, they're all cotton, canvas fabric. This one's got birds and butterfly on it, and as front and back is alike. And then inside obviously is your pocket. These haven't got a wadding in them, but it's got a real heavy weight calico, and that's how come they stand up so well, you see, if I can hold it. And then you've got another cotton canvas for your pull, and then inside you've got another notions pouch with that lining. And then the DPN cozies, I managed to get 2 little mice, which has got the same lining as the notions pouch, and then this one has got the other little mice, so it actually sits like that, and then it's the same on the back. Okay, so that's the blue set. And then yesterday I bought up, this is roughly the medium size, yet again canvas weight, the sheep fabric front and back, yet again pocket inside, and this here is a denim on top. Bit of fluff there. And then these are separates though, this is not a set like those other ones. And this is a notions pouch inside, and it pulls up. The amount of stuff you can fit in these little notion pouches is unbelievable. It really is. I've had one, my little embroidery one I showed a few weeks ago, for years, and you know, it's you can just fit loads. I've got scissors, and not just one pair, a few pairs of scissors. But yeah, so that's the Notions pals. But they say these two are separate, like so. But these two here are as kits. So they are actually in the shop amongst other things at the moment, but they are the new items that have been bought in the shop. And I will say I can do custom orders. You know, people know that I do custom orders. You know, I do them quite often. All you have to do is either email me on littleworkroomcrafts email, which is down below, or just private message me. That's what I'm most, actually that's what everybody's done so far. Just private message me on Instagram and we can go through there like that. So okay, I think that is it for this week then. So the little one ain't going to be quite little, unfortunately. I'll end up getting rid of some bits anyway. So all right then, I am going to see you all next week. So have a brilliant week of crafting. So please take care, stay safe, happy crafting. Bye.